Bill Evans Trio, Waltz for Debby. Not to be confused with Bob Evans, of course, fast food chain. Got that mixed up in a conversation once in it. Got a little awkward, I gotta say. Don't wanna mix that up again. But yeah, I'm a cool professional hipster amateur reviewer taking a stab at a jazz album today. Very unfamiliar territory for me. I mean, I don't even own a fedora, so it just makes me less credible to review an album like this one. But nonetheless, I thought it might be interesting to review something different on this channel. Well, not that I've reviewed something different before, but now just see if any of you guys like jazz, or maybe I can get you into little jazz here if you have a hard time of finding where to go, because I think this is a very nice introductory level album. You know, share your thoughts on jazz in the bottom, I guess. You know, even if you don't like jazz, you can just whine about how you want me to go back to reviewing indie and electronic albums. So yeah, this Waltz for Debby album might be a kind of a sad album for some Bill Evans fans. Not just because, well, it does. I don't think it really has depressing overtones, but the bassist Scott LaFaro, after they recorded this album, he actually ended up dying 10 days afterwards, and it really hit the pianist Bill Evans very hard. I mean, it was quite some time before he could even go back to recording and performing. And you know, I mean, anytime a friend dies, that's just a really sad moment, but and just a great loss to the group. I mean, even the drummer, Paul Motan, yeah, I'm bad with names. That's only like 5 letters or 6. But anyways, everyone was just essential for this group. Even the producer, Orrin Keep News, he would admit that, you know, this was to be music performed by well-integrated trio, not a piano player with 2 accompanists, and that's something taken right out of the little kind of story booklet that he kind of writes inside this. And just the improvisational play between all 3 members of this trio is just splendid on this album. And I guess I'd say Evans, if anyone, is a star, but it's not because he's the most aggressive or anything. I think it's really because of the image that Bill Evans conjures up when you think of the person. I mean, so he's just this humble guy, just hunched over his piano with his eyes parallel to the keys, looking down. Just that classic image of him. It's very sloth-like, I'd say, and very kind of representative of just the slow tempo that he plays at. I heard it was a very kind of progressive way to do things at the time. I don't know if nobody really heard piano playing like that before. Yeah, I said this album was improvisational album. Sure, a lot of people think of spontaneity and kind of craziness, like in free jazz, kind of being incorporated with improvisation, but that's not really the case in here. Very quiet and reserved. Also, another point I'd like to kind of mention here is the audience. Definitely plays a big part on this album, and I know I myself, and perhaps maybe a lot of people like me, just think an audience on an album, like a live version, just might ruin an album, because you might have an annoying fan yelling, or the production's usually worse than a regular album. But it's the audience and the village vanguard of where they recorded this album just works in complete favor of Waltz for Debby. The audience claps and underlining conversations during the breaks are great. The coughs and clinks during the performances just seem as much as a part of the music as the instrumentation itself, and gives it a much more classy sound, I'd say. I mean, maybe I think of images of like New York, or maybe Robert De Niro's character from that movie Taxi Driver, just kind of a lonely driver walk down a city street at night. But it does give it kind of a ambiance of being in a diner, and yeah, I guess for like times to listen to this, I mean, of course, those special occasions at diners, just perfect. I mean, maybe if you're feeling a little romantic, put this on. I mean, for me, that's like 24/7, of course. But I've also set this as my alarm clock in the morning. I mean, it's just very pleasant waking up to the opener, My Foolish Heart, which is, it really starts off slow, but kind of becomes a little more bright as it goes along. If you hate mornings like me, it's just perfect. Also, I mean, I guess this could be good for any time of year. Maybe like cold autumn days. I could find be the most perfect. For times when you're feeling blue. I mean, every time I put this on a lot when I'm feeling kind of sad, I guess. And it doesn't necessarily like bring me to being like happy, but more like just kind of makes me feel content with life. Like, life might not be the greatest, but it ain't too bad either, so I might as well just keep chugging along here. And yeah, just Waltz for Debby. It's a wonderful album. I really can't put this thing down at all. It's constantly coming out of my speakers, my headphones. It's just something that's been an album that's been very addictive to for the past year and a half or so, and doesn't seem like it's been slowing down at all. So yeah, go check this out. I got all the songs in the description, or at least 3 of them. Hope I can open you up to something new here if you've never been into jazz that much. And yeah, Mon McCool. That's it. Stay cool. Jazz.